How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Prime Energon, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Maximal Big Convoy from Transformers Beast Wars Neo, I believe. I never watched that show, and to honestly tell you the truth, the only reason why I got this is because my wife loves woolly mammoths. So I had to get this for her, and it'll probably be on the shelf displayed in mammoth mode from here on out. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box. But before we do, consider subscribing to Prime Energon. I would really appreciate you guys if you did. It'll help the channel out, and of course it'll help me out as well. So taking a look at the box right here, you get Transformers Age of the Primes Big Convoy. Transforms in 29 steps. You get some nice artwork of Big Convoy in robot mode and in his woolly mammoth mode, which is actually pretty cool, I cannot lie. Over here, you got a leader class, Transformers Age of the Prime, some more artwork till all are one. Up here, up the top. Too big. Box is too big. Going on over this side again, Transformers Big Convoy, Maximal. Going on over the back, you get your content of product shots of Big Convoy in robot mode and in woolly mammoth mode. And of course, you know, the little gimmick of his blaster. His big gun, is that what it's called? The big cannon. Over here, like I said, never watched the show, don't care about the show, care about the figure. And up top, you got Big Convoy. Bottom, you got your barcode and stuff. So, taking a quick look at Big Convoy here, love the coloration and the actual, like all the colors of this guy and look. Yes, he has a lot of kibble, but he looks pretty darn cool, I'm not gonna lie. The red and the blue, you get the Maximal symbol right there, smack dab in the center. Checking out that head sculpt, looking really nice with that white mouth guard. Little bit of this mustard gold for the eyes, silver for the crest, and of course that white plastic for his horns. They look actually pretty cool. Checking out the back of the head sculpt, fills up quite nicely. And checking out the chest right here, again, cleans up quite nicely as well. Nice detailing, love the sculpt and the coloration. It does open up to reveal his matrix of leadership, which can come out, and you have some post. That way you could post it in his hand. There is the back. You get a port on the back that goes right into there. Some nice detail on the inside of his chest as well. And then that just sort of stores in there, and you could close it back up if you don't want to use it. Going on over to arms, looking really good. A lot of detail, asymmetrical arms. As you can see right here, this one's red, this one's white, and the wiring is different on his forearms. You get some silver over here, while over here it is white. Different colorations for that, so that's actually pretty cool for that asymmetry. And then again over here for his shoulders, you get red, while over here you get silver, both with that little gold in the middle. And then you get red over here up top, silver over here. And then check out the side of the arms. We'll take a look at his blasters. You get the legs hanging out. Of course, they are in fighting mode right now. You can have them to where they are swung backwards, is how you're supposed to have it right there. And you could have these tucked out of the way somewhat. There's a lot of kibble on this guy, which is going to be the rest of mammoth mode, which we'll talk about. There is storage for this guy, which I do not like it. I just keep this, you know, sitting by him. Going on over to the waist, some nice gold with that mustard gold. Some detailing for the abs right there, looking really nice. Some red right there in the middle. And then some like turbines, which I think these should have been painted silver, I'm not mistaken. Going on over to the legs, some nice gold right there as well. Some white for the shins. Looking really good. You got some blue for the feet, black plastic. And again, a lot of kibble for that mammoth mode on the back, as you can see right there. A lot of freaking kibble for this guy. The arm, actually not so much for the kibble, but you get a lot of kibble on this guy. And of course, that's him from the side, that's him from the back. Gets a nice detailing over here for the missiles that are in his shoulders. So these are supposed to be like so, like shoulder pads officially, but then you could flail these out if you want to have some sort of missiles right there. And like the mode I had for his feet, you could bring these forward and you could have his little missiles shooting forward as well. Taking a look at all of accessories, so you do get his little blaster, just done out of a white plastic. A little detail, but not too much. You do get these two of these missiles, these little hook missiles, done out of a red plastic. You get a port so you could store them on. And these have multiple areas. You could have them either holding them, you could put them right here. You could put them on his legs, you could put them on his shoulders, you could put them everywhere. You could put them up his butt if you wanted to. Actually, you don't get a port over there for his butt, but you can do whatever you want with those. You get two of these, and here is the other one. And then you also do get some batons that are built in to his arms. They just sort of come out, so you can swing these out. I kind of wish they were a little longer. That way they could actually be batons. They're just like little sticks here. Not too big, but you have those. And then let's see what else. And you do also, like I said, you get those little firing posts over here on his legs. You get his tusks, which do come separately. Those can come out, and they are just on pegs. And you can have them on his arm too if you want to. You could have him wielding his tusk if you want to do that as well. You get a lot of options with all of these accessories for Big Convoy, and you can just put his tux back on. And his main accessory is going to be top of mammoth mode, which this does turn into the big cannon. This can store on his back. You do get this port, which would come out, and then you could extend that and then just have this on his back, which is very annoying to do. And that is what they want for storage for his big cannon, and that just looks stupid. So yeah, just take that off, put that back in, and you should be okay for not storing that. The gun can store on the back over here, so you get some nice weapon storage. And in mammoth mode, this gun is able to store in the legs as well. While in storage mode, for the missiles, you do get some ports in here, which can store on the inside of the legs if you wanted to. So taking a look at this big cannon. So this does extend. You're supposed to open this up, sort of pull this back piece open, and then you're supposed to open these up and sort of rotate these like so, to where they sort of form a blast shield. You could go ahead and just fold all this up. This opens up to a stand. You can flaw that out. You do get a post right here for his handle, and get this look for his big cannon. And let's go ahead and see if we could get all this crap out of the way so we can hold his big cannon. And then you just put this in his port. There's a lot of junk on here. He's got a lot of kibble, but you could have this look right here for his big cannon. And it does come with a stand, so he can wield it. And if it gets too heavy, you could have the stand carry it for him, just in case Big Convoy can't lift his gun. So going on over articulation for Big Convoy, he's actually pretty articulated for being all that he is with all this kibble. Let's go ahead and put all this back together. So the head is on a ball joint. Can go some side to side, up and down, all the way around. Arms can go all the way around as well. They can go out, although this joint is a very shallow mushroom joint, and it always comes out when you want to move the arms. See, it's on a very soft plastic, and I don't like how they did that. It's very loose and very mushy, and then some of these are actually pretty tight, so if you want to move these around, this one sometimes comes out. So yeah, keep that in mind. They can't go all the way out. They can go all the way out. You do get a upper bicep rotation. You get about 90 degrees bend at the bicep. You get some wrist rotation. You get waist rotation, which is unhindered, surprisingly, due to all the kibble. Legs can kick forward. You move the legs out of the way, the other legs out of the way. He can kick all the way back. And then you move these side skirts out of the way. He can do the full splits. You get upper thigh rotation, and then you also get a knee rotation as well. That's due to transformation. And you get a lot of ankle tiltage. You also do get some butterfly joints for Big Convoy. As you can see right there, you get a forward butterfly joint, and then you could also do a backwards butterfly joint if you want to engage that as well. So that's also quite nice for articulation. So a quick comparison. Here we go for Big Convoy. And here we go for Studio Series 86 Megatron for another leader class. And he is a little short for a leader class, but he's got all the kibble and all the accessories, so they're making it a leader class. But he is kind of short for a leader class figure. And then finally, here we go for the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. That way you get an idea of the scale of Transformers Age of the Prime's Big Convoy. So going on over transformation, he is pretty simple to transform. Can be a little annoying, but we're going to go ahead and get through this. So first and foremost, we're going to go ahead and rotate the arms to where they are facing the woolly mammoth forward. We're going to come on over to the head, and we're going to close these horns and rotate it around. That way it is facing backwards. We're going to go ahead and bring these shoulder pieces out. And let's see, we're going to go ahead and bring them around this way and bring them together. There's a tab up top, and these are going to go ahead and tab together, and we're going to bring this forward and just leave these here for now, like so. And then now for the arms, we could go ahead and bring them back. And we're going to keep these on this joint, bring these back on the backwards butterfly, and just sort of keep these out for now. And now for the legs, we're going to go open up the chins. We're going to close the feet in and then close in the heel spurs and keep those like that. Then we could rotate at this bottom joint at the knee. That's going to go ahead and rotate right here at this joint, and we're going to rotate these in, and then we can now close the shins back up, and we're going to have them facing inwards like so. So do the same thing over here, and here they will connect right down the middle. And then we can go ahead and bend at this joint, which is the knee joint, and we can bend these forward. We're going to go ahead and open up these panels and rotate these around. Open up these panels and rotate these around. Now coming on over to the legs, we're going to bring these out and bring these down. So bring this out and then swing the leg down. And then these will peg into the sides of the arms. You get this tab slot connection right in there. And that will peg into place. And then now we can go ahead and bring down the arms. And these do have a peg connection, which are going to go right onto that post. Tab that into place. Tab that into place, and we're going to end up with this look right here. Continue to bend at the knee forward, so you end up with that. And then now we can rotate this panel all the way forward to have this big old belly facing downward. And we're going to go ahead and open up these right here, swing this forward, open up this, and then now we can go ahead and bring this forward on this hinge. And you do get a little tab slot connection right in there. And then this little tab slot, if this will focus, it will go right into that slot right there. And tab that into place. The arms will tab into this section down here as well. And there you go. Do the other side. Same thing on the other side. We could bring the butt cheeks down and snap these into place. And that is transformation for the bottom half of Mammoth mode. Now we're going to go ahead and bring in his big cannon. And we're going to close this up, rotate these pieces back to where they were, close this back up, put down this post, and then now we could put all of this back to where it was. We're going to make sure the tail is sticking out. And this is going to go on the top right here. You get this post connection that's going to go right into there, and a couple of slots right here. And then we're going to go ahead and just bring that down. You get some more connections going all the way around his butt flap. You get some more tab slots on the back. And there you go for transformation. We could bring down his trunk, open up his ears, and there you go for transformation for Transformers Age of the Prime's Big Convoy. And he turns into a mammoth. Yeah, very, very cool. He looks freaking awesome. Love the eye detail. They look so realistic. Look at those little beady eyes. Looking really, really nice. Love the texture. They got the woolly mammoth texture down perfectly. It looks fantastic. It feels very, very nice. You do get some ugly spots over here, like part of robot mode over here. and you do not want to look at him from this angle. It just looks horrible. So keep him facing down, and he will look freaking awesome. The tusks are beautiful. They are really nicely sheen. They look really, really good. Taking a look at his toesies, his little mammoth toesies, looking really cool as well. He's got a big old gut. Looks really, really nice. Ears are opposable, so you can move them back or forward. The trunk is also opposable, so it can go all the way up and can go all the way down. Get some nice joints. The tusks are movable as well. You could turn them however you want. And as far as leg articulation, you only just do get this. That's all you get for the legs. Back legs don't move. They are stationary. But he looks freaking awesome. There he is from the top. There he is from the bottom. And there he is from the side. So yeah, big Convoy. Fantastic. Only reason I got him was because of Mammoth mode, honestly. And he is very, very cute. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this review of the Transformers Maximal Big Convoy from Transformers Age of the Primes. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And I will see you next time here on Prime Energon. Peace.